Hey there, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to expose the secrets of Airbnb rental arbitrage, what you need to know. You'll learn exactly what Airbnb arbitrage is, how to make money from it, the differences between owning and renting, and some insider tips to maximize your profits. This could transform the way you think about real estate. Now, why listen to me? I've personally set up and run over 100 Airbnbs, hosted over 10,000 guest stays, and generated millions in revenue. So you're getting insider knowledge from someone who's been in the trenches. Stay tuned because this is going to change the way you think about real estate forever. If you like what you hear, I want you to like and subscribe to the channel. Watch till the end and you'll discover the key strategies to maximize your profits with Airbnb arbitrage. This could be your game changer. Imagine turning someone else's property into your profit engine. That's what Airbnb arbitrage is all about. Let's jump in. So what is Airbnb arbitrage? How do you make money? It's pretty simple. You rent a property long-term, furnish it, and then sublet it short-term on platforms like Airbnb. That's it. To compare this against long-term rentals, basically each tier of time and service level comes with an increased cost. For example, if you want a place furnished for a full year, you'll pay more than a place that's unfurnished. Why? Because you're getting more value, so you got to pay for it. Now, instead of just renting out your property for a year, imagine renting it for a few months during peak travel season. You'll pay more for those months because there's increased demand. You're competing against everyone else who wants to travel during that same time. So here's where you can capture the most upside by optimizing your daily rates for demand every single day of the year. For instance, New Year's Eve will fetch a significantly higher rate than a random Wednesday when nothing special is going on. In normal long-term rentals, you pay the same daily rate no matter what's happening. But with short-term rentals, you capitalize on special events and higher demand periods. You pay the long-term daily rate at the lower amount and capture the higher daily rates when demand spikes. Over the month, these increases add up to substantial profits. All right, let me give you a concrete example. I have a house that you could rent long-term for around $7,000 a month. It's a 7-bed, 5-bath house with a pool. The daily rate on that house is often well over $1,000 a night during peak months. This house did over $20,000 in March and another $20,000 of April this year. I've had apartments that rent for $4,500 monthly generate over $15,000 in a single month during peak season. I mean, just compare this to hotel rates in your area. High-end hotels charge $500 to $700 a night, and you're just getting a room and shared spaces. With a short-term rental, guests get an entire private house, a private pool, a private kitchen, and more, all for the same cost. That's the convenience they're willing to pay for. But the key to success is keeping your units filled. This means positioning the property correctly and getting the correct distribution so you can keep those bookings coming. It's all about maximizing occupancy and ensuring you're capturing the highest rates possible. Now let's talk strategy. You can apply Airbnb arbitrage to anything, from studios to apartments to mansions. Each property type comes with its own set of operational challenges, but the principles remain the same. My advice: focus on one core business or type before expanding to others. This approach helps you establish a sustainable, profitable business foundation. Find your niche, maximize that niche, and then expand once you've got a stable base. For example, you might start with small apartments in urban areas, then move to larger homes in vacation destinations. The key is to master one segment before moving on to the next. When targeting properties, I only go after those where I can make 100% of my invested capital back plus a profit in the first year. There's no guarantee you'll be renewed for the second year, so the deal has to work in year one. I aim to clear at least $1,000 monthly in profit, which translates to $12,000 a year. My all-in cost should be under $10,000, so I ensure I not only recoup my investment, but also make a profit. This strategy gives me the flexibility to target a variety of leases while ensuring profitability. It's a numbers game, and you need to make sure the numbers work in your favor from the get-go. Now let's talk numbers. For a typical Airbnb arbitrage deal, I target properties where I can make 100% of my invested capital back plus a profit within the first year. Obviously, since we're not going to get renewed for the second year, or if we don't get renewed for the second year, my goal is to clear at least $1,000 profit. This approach helps manage risk by ensuring I can make my investment back within the first year. I'm not overly reliant on the property being available or profitable in the following years. This reduces my exposure and increases the likelihood of a successful investment. To ensure profitability, I look for properties in high demand areas, optimize my listings with professional photos and descriptions, and adjust my rates based on demand. This way, I maximize occupancy and revenue, ensuring a long, strong return on my investment. This strategy also gives me the flexibility to scale my business. Once I've recouped my investment and made a profit, I can reinvest that money into new properties, continually growing my portfolio and increasing my revenue streams. Let's dive into the debate, owning versus renting. Owning properties is fantastic because it allows you to build equity, take advantage of tax benefits, and potentially enjoy long-term appreciation. But it also requires more capital up front and carries more risk. When you own a property, you benefit from three main drivers of wealth creation: cash flow, depreciation, and equity. You earn cash flow from the rental income, depreciate the value of the property against your income, and build equity as the property appreciates over time. Leasing, on the other hand, allows you to maximize cash flow with significantly lower upfront costs. You don't need a huge amount of capital to get started, and you can scale quickly by leasing multiple properties. This method focuses on generating high monthly profits without the need for ownership. Lease arbitrage can open doors to ownership opportunities. My landlord saw the success I was having and became my investors. They had the capital. I had the knowledge. We teamed up and bought properties together, splitting the profits 50-50. This wouldn't have been possible without first building a successful rental arbitrage business. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. You don't have to choose strictly between owning and renting. You can own some properties, lease others, and even manage properties for other people. The key is to have the operational know-how to be successful in all three scenarios. Owning requires a deeper level of real estate knowledge. When buying a property, you shouldn't just look at the mortgage payment. You should find deals that are under market value where you can capture instant equity. Then you can value add improvements to increase the property's worth and refinance or sell to cash in on that equity. While you own the property, you can rent it short term to boost your revenue and use that income to enhance the property. This increases the value, allowing you to either refinance again or pull out the equity and sell. Leasing focuses on cash flow, but owning gives you the added benefits of equity and depreciation. Starting with lease arbitrage can be a stepping stone to ownership. It provides valuable experience, builds your reputation, and can attract investors. Once you've proven your success with rental arbitrage, you'll find it easier to secure funding and partnerships for property purchases. The flexibility of being able to lease and own properties allows you to adapt to market conditions and seize the best opportunities as they arise. It's about using the right strategy at the right time to maximize your returns and grow your portfolio. Now let's talk about optionality. One of the biggest advantages of having knowledge in short-term rentals is the flexibility it gives you in how you operate your properties. This flexibility is crucial for adapting to market changes and maximizing profits. If you own a property, you can decide to rent it unfurnished or furnished. You can offer utilities and internet or not. You can provide month-to-month leases or require full-year leases. This flexibility allows you to adapt to market demands and optimize your income. Having short-term rental knowledge means you can easily switch between short-term and long-term rentals. Once a property is set up for short-term rentals, transitioning to a long-term lease is straightforward. This gives you the option to take the best opportunity available based on current market conditions. It's much tougher to take a property that isn't set up for short-term rentals and convert it into one. However, Taking a property that's already furnished and equipped for short-term stays and offering it for long-term leases is incredibly easy. This optionality gives you a significant advantage. By having the operational know-how of short-term rentals, you can maximize the potential of any property. You can decide the best way to use the property at any given time, whether it's maximizing revenue during peak seasons with short-term rentals or securing steady income with long-term leases. Market dynamics can change rapidly, and having the flexibility to adapt is key. For example, if a short-term rental market becomes saturated or regulations change, you can easily switch to long-term rentals. Conversely, if there's a surge in demand for vacation rentals, you can capitalize on that by offering short-term stays. Once you've invested in furnishing a property and setting it up for short-term rentals, you have the option to leverage that investment in various ways. You can offer higher rates for furnished long-term leases or attract premium short-term guests looking for fully equipped accommodations. This optionality gives you a strategic advantage. You're not locked into one operational model and can pivot as needed to maximize returns. This flexibility is a significant asset in any real estate portfolio. Having the flexibility to choose the best operational strategy for your properties is invaluable, whether it's maximizing short-term rental income, securing long-term tenants, or switching between the two. Optionality allows you to navigate the market effectively and ensure consistent profitability. Now, let's address a common question. Should homeowners manage their own Airbnb properties? The answer is, it depends. Managing and optimizing an Airbnb property requires a lot of experience and knowledge. It's not just about listing a property and waiting for bookings. There's a lot of nuances in managing a short-term rental, from choosing the right furniture and designing the space to knowing what's worth spending money on and what's not. These decisions can significantly impact your occupancy rates and overall revenue. I've built this knowledge through years of hard work and managing over 100 Airbnb properties. My first property wasn't great. It was a learning experience. But over time, I refined my processes and learned what works best. This isn't something you can easily pick up without hands-on experience. Designing and furnishing a property for Airbnb is different from setting up a home for personal use. You need to think about durability, ease of cleaning, what amenities will attract guests. Investing in the right areas can make a big difference in your property's appeal and performance. Managing guests also requires a unique skill set, from communicating effectively to handling complaints and ensuring a smooth check-in, check-out process. Every interaction impacts your reviews and future bookings. Years of experience have taught me how to handle a wide variety of guest situations. Efficiency in operations is another critical factor. Managing turnovers, scheduling cleanings, and maintaining the property can be time-consuming and complex. Without efficient systems in place, you could find yourself overwhelmed and unable to deliver a high-quality guest experience. Every property and guest situation is different. Over the years, I've encountered many challenges and failures, but each one taught me a valuable lesson. My knowledge today is a result of overcoming these obstacles and continually improving my approach. For that reason, many homeowners might find it beneficial to hire a professional property manager. These people have experience, systems, and knowledge to maximize the performance of short-term rentals. They handle the day-to-day operations, allowing homeowners to enjoy the benefits without the hassle. If you're considering turning your home into an Airbnb, weigh the benefits and challenges carefully. If you're not ready to invest the time and effort required to manage it successfully, consider partnering with a professional. It can make a significant difference in your property's success and your peace of mind. All right, let's talk about the so-called Airbnb recession. There's been a lot of chatter about this recently, and it's important to understand what's really happening. While Airbnb continues to grow year over year, the supply of short-term rentals has outpaced this demand in some areas, leading to a compression in daily rates. This isn't a recession. It's a natural market cycle. When supply exceeds demand, prices drop. But this also creates opportunities. Many people who don't fully understand the market might pull out, either by selling their properties or switching to long-term rentals. This reduces supply, and as demand continues to grow, daily rates will eventually rise again. I love seeing people call this an Airbnb and recession because the ignorant will flee, leaving more opportunity for those who understand the market dynamics. As they leave, supply drops, demand remains, and daily rates start to increase. This cyclical nature is typical in any market, especially one as relatively new as Airbnb, which has only really taken off in the last 5 years or so. Understanding these market cycles gives you a strategic advantage. You can position yourself to capitalize on the next upswing in daily rates. By staying informed and flexible, you can adjust your strategy to maximize profitability even during periods of rate compression. Remember, the key to success in Airbnb arbitrage is having a long-term perspective. Short-term fluctuations are part of the game. If you understand the underlying trends and stay adaptable, you can weather these cycles and come out ahead. The market will stabilize, and those who remain will benefit from increased rates and reduced competition. So don't be discouraged by talk of an Airbnb recession. Instead, see it as an opportunity to refine your strategy and position yourself for future success. By staying ahead of market trends and being ready to adapt, you can ensure long-term profitability in your Airbnb business. Now let's talk about some of the struggles you might face with Airbnb. While most of my experiences have been incredibly positive, there have been challenges. Hosting thousands of different groups means you're bound to encounter some issues, and I've certainly had my fair share of nightmare guests and horror stories. Dealing with nightmare guests is a reality of running this. Whether it's property damage, noise complaints, or last-minute cancellations, these situations can be stressful and costly. However, each experience is a learning opportunity that gives you a chance to improve your processes and guest vetting. The most challenging period for me was during the 2020 pandemic when travel restrictions hit. The Airbnb platform canceled all future stays. At the time, I was aggressively expanding my portfolio of lease arbitrage deals, and suddenly my properties were empty with no revenue coming in. It was a tough situation, and I had to fight hard to stay afloat. One strategy that helped me mitigate this risk was diversifying my market presence. I expanded into different markets to balance cash flows. High season in one market often lines up with the down season of another. This helps even out revenue throughout the year. This diversification strategy is crucial to managing the feast or famine cycles of short-term rentals. Facing these challenges taught me valuable lessons. It reinforced the importance of having a diverse portfolio and being prepared for unexpected events. While I don't wish the 2020 experience on anyone, it provided insights that have made my business more resilient and adaptable. We all learned a lot from the pandemic, and I believe the industry is better prepared for any future disruptions. Having backup plans, financial reserves, and a flexible business model can help you navigate through tough times and come out stronger on the other side. Despite these struggles, the majority of my experiences have been positive. Hosting thousands of guests have brought me rewarding moments, from meeting interesting people to receiving glowing reviews. The positive experiences far outweigh the negatives, and each challenge only makes the successes more meaningful. Remember, every business faces challenges. It's how you handle them that determines your success. By staying resilient, learning from your experience, and continually improving your processes, you can build a thriving Airbnb business that withstands the test of time. All right, we've covered a lot today about Airbnb arbitrage, what it is, how to make money with it, the difference between owning and renting, to some of the struggles you might face. Now it's time for you to take action. Are you ready to dive into the world of Airbnb arbitrage and start generating significant income? If so, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more insights and strategies on how to succeed in the short-term rental market. You don't want to miss out on future videos packed with valuable tips. If you're interested in personalized coaching, join my coaching program where I offer one-on-one sessions and group coaching to help you navigate the complexities of short-term rentals. Whether you're just starting out or looking to scale your business, I'm here to help you achieve your goals. Don't forget to join our online community of like-minded entrepreneurs and investors. Share your experiences, ask questions, and learn from others who are on the same journey. Networking with others in the field can provide invaluable support and opportunities. Remember, success in Airbnb arbitrage requires knowledge, strategy, and perseverance. But with the right approach, you can turn rental properties into a profitable venture. So take what you've learned today, apply it, and start making strides in your real estate journey. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and any questions you might have. Until next time, keep pushing forward and stay committed to your success.